Let you all open all your three eyes.
Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Nithyananda, Jnana Paddhati Manual, under the guidance of Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam. Let's start with the Sadguru Vandanam. Nithyanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gaganasadusham Tattvamasyaadilakshya Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadi Sakshi Bhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Let's go through the disclaimers. Security measures. No photography, video, audio recording. Important cautions. Please be aware of the important cautions. What is spa manifestation? Let's hear from Bhagavan himself explaining what is spa manifestation.
All the 25 states of consciousness, when they happen in you due to your chemicals and hormones ups and downs, it is powerlessness. When it happens in you out of your free will and consciousness, it is powerfulness. That's all. When you fall into sleep, it is powerlessness. When you enter into sleep, it is powerfulness. When you fall into dream, it is powerlessness. When you decide to dream, it is powerfulness. So I have added the ultimate powerfulness, Turiyatita, in your whole being and doing. Manifest all the powers. Understand, power manifestation is nothing but cognitive shift. It is not work. It is cognitive shift. Understand? It is just cognitive shift. It's not work. Work is a 4-letter word. Power manifestation is cognitive shift, playing with life, playing with being alive. Static matter, dynamic activity, strategic existence, all these three has no boundary. You are one with it. You are alive in everything. Everything listens to you. Everything decides as you want. Power manifestation is cognitive shift, raising your frequency, not work.
Now let's understand who is Paramashiva. Bhagavan himself has beautifully explained the Paramashiva in all of us.
Paramashiva does manifestation, maintenance, rejuvenation, pulling out of delusion and liberation. He resides in his supreme Paramashiva Swarupa as Ajomuha or Adhomuha, unborn, beyond form, formlessness. His Paramashiva Swarupa. That Paramashiva Swarupa manifests with these 5 faces as Sadashiva, Tatpurusha, Vamadeva, Ahora, Satyojata, Ishana. 5 faces he manifests and does the Panchakritya, Srishti, manifestation, Sthiti, sustenance, Samhara, rejuvenation, Trobhava, pulling out of delusion, Anugraha, liberation. Understand? He does all these 5 jobs. Through these 5 phases. Now listen carefully. Tatpurusham, Vamadevam, Satyojatam, Ahoram, Ishanam. These 5 phases does Panchakrityas. Each phase, each dimension is not just one F-A-C-E phase, P-H-A-S-E phase. It's not just F-A-C-E, P-H-A-S-E. Understand? The creation, not just creation getting created, even sustenance need to be created, destruction need to be created, and pulling out of delusion need to be created, liberation need to be created. Then creation, manifestation need to be maintained. Maintenance, sthiti itself need to be maintained. Destruction, samhara, the rejuvenation need to be sustained, maintained when it is happening. Pulling out of delusion, trobhava, need to be maintained when it is happening. And anugraha, liberation, need to be maintained when it is happening. Those micromilliseconds when it is happening. So understand, Satyojata Murti as 5 phase, Ishana Murti as 5 phase, Vamadeva Murti as 5 phase, Agora Murti has 5 phase, Tatpurusha Murti has 5 phase. So, Tatpurusha Murti has his 5 phase, Agora Murti has his 5 phase, Vamadeva Murti has his 5 face. Satyojata Murti has his 5 face. Ishana Murti has his 5 face. All these 5 Murtis, 5 faces put together is 25 faces of Mahasadashiva.
Bhagavan beautifully explained Paramashiva. Now, who is His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam? Let's hear from Bhagavan himself. Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, is a reviver of Kailasha, the ancient enlightenment civilization, the great cosmic borderless nation. Is an avatar from and is a supreme pontiff of Hinduism. His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, has made science of our manifestation, yoga, temple-based university for humanity, Sovijian order of Kailasha led by His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, and Nithyananda order of monks, nuns, Hindu diasporas are working for global peace to give superconscious breakthrough to humanity. Nithyananda Hindu University, world's largest with extended campus in 150 countries, is collecting, organizing, preserving, time-capsuling, decoding, spreading and reviving 20 million source books of Hinduism and 64 sacred arts, science like Ayurveda, music, dance, sculpting, astrology, Vastu, and many more. His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, is 293rd Guru Mahasannidhanam of Shamalapita Sarvanyapita, ancient apex body of Hinduism and present emperor of Suryavamsa Surangi Swamrajyam. His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, has survived the worst persecution of multiple assassination attempts on person and character by anti-Hindu elements. Beautifully, Bhagavan now explains who is His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam.
Everything is infinitely powerful. You realize your potentiality. You establish yourself in the completion, space of completion. You are God, that's all. All of us are gods. The first experience is that I was able to see everything around me, above me, the whole 360 degree. I realized not only I was able to see, I was able to feel, experience the skin of the stone on rock on which I was sitting and the skin of this body. Both carry me equally. In both I exist equally. Sangha is a place where the tattvas are taught to you, and till it becomes satya, you are supported. Akhadas are basically founded by Sadashiva himself. All is ganas, Shiva ganas. Exactly the word gana means. In your length, breadth, depth, if you are filled by Shiva, you are Shiva Gana. All the Shiva Ganas formed the first Akhada. Later on, much later, Kapila Muni organizes Mahanirvani Akhada. Then all other Akhadas. Mahamandaleshwar of Mahanirvani Akhada, the oldest apex body of Hinduism, I welcome every one of you. What I am teaching is from original Agamas Yogapada
The science very clearly declares, Sadashiva is very clear, manifestation of these powers happen when you experience oneness with Sadashiva. When you choose your Guru, the best thing is find a person who is enlightened, experienced, who can play with energy, who can directly transmit experience to you, and who is in tune with the original Shastras, the source of the knowledge. All the revealed scriptures available about the yoga directly by Sadashiva for you to do research, study, practice, question the people who teach.
The science of power manifestation is a gift to the humanity which is authentic, time-tested, scientific and foolproof. Diksha, or the initiation from His Divine Holiness Nithyananda Paramashiva, makes the science directly an experience for the initiates. The experience is directly authenticated by the Pramanas. The Shastra Pramanas, the eternal, unchangeable truth revealed in the source scriptures, the Veda and Agamas. The Apta Pramanas, the experience of the Rishis, Munis, Ganas, Nayanamars, Alvars and Siddhars, who are the authority of Hinduism, who have scientists who time-tested and verified the science of power manifestation. The Atma Pramanas are the avatar who land on the planet Earth to give a superconscious breakthrough to humanity. His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashiva, this millennium's avatar, personal experience of power manifestation. Shakshi Pramanas, or the experience of the millions of disciples, devotees and followers initiated into the science of power manifestation by Bhagavan himself. Prathaksha Pramanas, or the scientific studies which can be measuring the effect of being in the enlightened state.
Nithyananda Jnana Paddhati for consciousness over matter, rotating the coconut. Let's go to powerful cognition from Bhagavan Satsang.
I think he is dead because I never tried to trace him also. Anyhow, just simple love to the ordinary looking brick can create such a deep telepathy connection between him and Mahadeva. Then understand, between him and Shiva, this ordinary brick is acting like a cell phone. You can't imagine the way in which that guy ran towards me and the way in which he was shouting at me. Just because I am a sadhu, he left me. Otherwise, I would have had the puja. The puja from him. Just I want all of you to understand the power of love, the power of simple love. It was a simple love, and actually during British time, all the milestones in the Indian highway used to be yellow painted. There was a big problem because from next day all the local villages started worshipping all the milestones. No, really. Then they changed the color and changed it to green paint. Because for Indian villages nothing is needed. Just a clear some shape is enough. Everything is God for us. Everything is God for us. Let me describe this incident that may throw a deeper light for you. It was a very intimate discussion between me and one of my enlightened disciples. Maybe, if you are new, you should know, few of my disciples had the fortune and had the enlightenment experience. Not only had, of course, enlightenment once happens, it stays with you. He was asking me, Swamiji, after this experience, whatever books I read, many points I can say are my experience, but many points are not my experience, how can I understand whether I am fully enlightened or not? Or how is that points? Are they right or wrong? There is a very beautiful incident in Ramana Maharshi's life. I quoted and gave him the answer. Understand, this one incident can completely open up and give you a new click or new glimpse towards the truth. Ramana Maharshi says in his teaching, when in his conversation, I never read any spiritual literature or the literature related to spiritual knowledge except one or two books before enlightenment. He says, I achieved the Brahmajnana without knowing the word Brahman. And after I achieved the experience, when I was going through the books, I was able to clearly experience whatever is written is my personal experience. This was the discussion he was doing. Later on, some disciple asked him, Bhagavan, how can every word written in that book can be your personal experience? He was bringing up some point in that book. It is written like that, some traditional book. Enlightened masters can do all this. But in your experience, you are not doing all that. Some materialization or miracles. Bhagavan says, when I say all those things are part of my experience, my inner space is so vast, I can see very clearly, including materialization, everything can happen. It is not necessary that I should do it and show. But in my inner space, I can see very clearly it can happen. Understand? If you have the clear confidence and feeling, yes, I can see the divine. It can happen in me. I have such enough inner space and love. Be very clear. Already you passed that state. You passed that much. You can now start the next level. You can now start the next things. You don't need to sit there and prove. Sitting there and proving is only needed as long as you have doubt. You have doubt. Bhagavan says very beautifully, I am very clear the materialization can happen inside my inner space. I can very clearly do. That is the reason. I don't have to prove myself or to prove to others that I can do. I asked him, do you have that clarity? He said, yes. I do. I am very clear. I can do it. Only thing I do not, the feeling is not coming up strongly from the navel center. That any thought has to come from the navel center, only then you will be able to execute. That is not happening. But the possibility is there inside the body. I can feel very clearly. My nerves are saying it is possible in me. See, your nerves will never tell lie to you. Your mind will tell lie to you, but never your body. Your nervous system will never tell a lie to you. Your nervous system can never tell false things to you. He said, I am very clear. I can do that. Then that's all. You do not have to prove. Understand, when you have this love, your inner space will become such, there are many things you will not ask to be proved. You will not asking for the clear logical reason. Suddenly you will just feel connected. That's all. People who cannot experience, understand the space of being in love with the Master cannot understand the truth. That's why I always tell, we are not cult, we are a culture. Understand, there is a big difference between these two. There is a big difference between these two. When you are in deeply love, you will see the uniqueness
of the truth, and everything will become alive, reality to you. And you will see every step you take in your life feels ecstatic, feels joyful. I cannot imagine from 1 mile somebody running with a pillow saying that you are sleeping on my God. Understand the strong telepathy connection with an ordinary brick. I am sure nobody saw and called him in cell phone, because those days there was no cell phone in the villages. And surely nobody can see and go and tell him. And if somebody went and told him, he would have only brought the stick, not the pillow. But he brought the pillow. He says, Shiva told me, you are lying on him, you have the pillow and leave him, put him there, back in his place. Love can create such a deep connection, and it can open up many dimensions in you. It can awaken many possibilities in you. So understand this technique. You can try, even in this next gap, you will have a small break. Every day we will see 2 sutras. 2 sutra.
So beautifully, Bhagwan explains how love can connect to different objects and how beyond lust they can experience such a deep oneness with even the brick. We'll go to the Shastra Pramana.
The Shastra Pramana for the power of consciousness over matter, silicon, is taken from the Vijnana Bhairava Tantra, Sutra 120, Dharana 95. Kvachid vastuni vinyasya shanair drishtim nivartayet tajnanam chitta sahitam devi shunyalayo bhavet. Kvachid vastuni vinyasya shanair drishtim nivartayet tajnanam chitta sahitam devi shunyalayo bhavet.
Vijnana Bhairava Tantra, Dharana 95, Sutra 120. Bhagwan beautifully describes how even with the object, when you are in deep love with the object, that responds to you and intimates you. Here he says, when you remove the knowledge of the object, the thought and the impression of the object, simply you'll be connected to the object. You can start moving the object. Here he says, O Devi, one abides in Sunya, the state where there is nothing other than this exists, which is a state of all-inclusive or infinity. Beautifully he explains how the love with lust is only an impression on it or a thought on it, but with a deep oneness connection, making it a part of you, even as far as 1 mile, it responds to you even if it is an ordinary object. And if it is reflected as a love between you and the Guru, simply it starts manifesting as Shakti. Let's go to the Apta Pramana. The Apta Pramana of Sudarshana Chakra is one of the most powerful consciousness alchemy objects created in Hindu history, which are revealed by Shiva's Trishul. It was gifted to Lord Vishnu from Lord Shiva. It obeyed Vishnu's will, consciousness alone, and could perform millions of rotation every second. It had 108 blades, serrated blades, and could travel millions of yojnas at twinkling of an eye. This is given in the Mahabharata, Vyasa, 69th Upaparva under Drona Parva.
Atma Pramana are the Leelas of Bhagwan. Bhagwan narrates, I do not know whether he took me to the space of Kailasha or he brought the Grahas to Arunachala, where I was sitting with him in the temple, Arunachala temple. Whether he brought them here or took me there, I don't know. But suddenly I saw the chess coins, all the Navagraha was alive and living and moving. Bhagavan beautifully narrates.
Time spent is only half an hour, but the amount of information, quantity and quality of the knowledge transmitted is disproportionate. It's not proportionate. Understand? It was like intense cosmic downloading happening from him to my system, like from his body to my body. Suddenly, maybe the reasons known only to him, he decided to teach the whole science of Navagrahas, showing directly the Grahas to me. And he just did something like this. I do not know whether he took me to the space of Kailasa or he brought the Grahas to Arunachala, where I was sitting with him. I was sitting with him in the temple, in Arunachaleshwara temple. Whether he brought them here or he took me there, I do not know. But suddenly I saw like a chess coins, all the Navagrahas, alive, living, moving. And I immediately bowed down to them. The moment I realized they are alive, I immediately bowed down to them. Because I bowed down, I remember very clearly that they were alive, not stone replica or a small toy. No. They were alive, breathing, smiling, fully conscious. Immediately I bowed down to them. A few months before, I went to Tiruchendur and did the Navagraha Puja. When I was invoking all the Navagrahas and bowing down, I saw that same darshan repeating and all the grahas were alive. They were all blessing. Then he started talking about every graha and explaining who holds what energy and who does what responsibility, and the whole science he transmitted into me, the whole knowledge of Jyotisha. As I said, the words he uttered and the quantity and quality of the information transmitted was unimaginable. He also taught me an important sacred secret. If you can bring a powerful cognition in you and do dharana, dhyana, samadhi on that powerful cognition and be humble to the grahas, understand? Humbleness pleases the grahas. Be humble to the crows. Sunny will be blessed. Sunny will be blessing you. Humbleness pleases the grahas. Whenever you are humble, be very clear. Graha doshas are getting solved. Somebody asked me, why were you bowing down so much for the priests who came from Tiruvannamalai? I said, they are representatives of Paramashiva. They touch Mahadeva's physical form every day. Muppodum Tirumeni Tinduvar. They may not know whom they are touching. I know whom they are touching. Be humble to Brahmanas. Shukracharya and Brihaspati will be completely pleased with you. Humbleness makes the grahas happy with you. Just these two instructions. Of course, Arunagiri Yogeshwara taught so much. I'll reveal some of the Uttama, best instructions. First thing he said, manifest powerful cognitions and intensely do dharana, dhyana, samadhi on it. When I say powerful cognitions, like I am consciousness is powerful cognition. I am body is powerless cognition. I am body also is powerful cognition. Understand, I am giving the examples. I am body is powerless cognition. I am body also is powerful cognition. I am consciousness is powerful cognition. Collection of the bunch of powerful cognitions is Sankhya Yoga. Kapila compiled all the powerful cognitions together and presented to the world as the Sankhya philosophy. Sankhya Shastra, Sankhya Darshana. Listen. If you start manifesting powerful cognitions with intense dharana, dhyana, samadhi, for example, I'll give you one powerful cognition. You are Paramashiva. Whatever you feel as I is Paramashiva. Understand, what you manifest as I may not be Paramashiva. You may manifest the idea your body is I, but you are feeling what you feel as I is Paramashiva. Listen carefully. You may tell the whole world you are this. You are, I am this person, I am a lawyer, I am an engineer, I am a doctor. That may be powerless cognition. That may not be Paramashiva. But what you really feel as you is Paramashiva. You need to understand that. I am not interested in lying. With all my integrity to Arunagiri Yogeshwara and Paramashiva, who is Paramashiva, of course. With all my integrity to Arunagiri Yogeshwara, I just surrendered and told them, let the words, every word I utter be as you revealed. Listen, with my complete integrity to Arunagiri Yogeshwara, who is Paramashiva himself, I am revealing as he revealed to me. Whatever you talk, you show, you explain, you manifest, may not be Paramashiva, but whatever you feel as I is Paramashiva. Understand? Yes.
Beautiful. Everything is Paramashiva everywhere and everyone. With that powerful cognition, Bhagavan said, now let's go to the Shakshi Pramana. Shakshi Pramana are the millions of disciple devotees all over the world who are initiated by Bhagavan and demonstrating and sharing their testimonials with all of us. Now let's see the demonstration of powerful consciousness over matter, rotation of the coconut.
Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Beautiful. Now let's go to the instruction, verification, and Prathaksha Pramana for understanding how to manifest the power of consciousness over matter, rotation of the coconut.
Nithyanandam, we will now begin the Prathaksha Pramana, scientific studies on the avatar. Vedic science declares experientially that all aspects of the universe are consciousness. Matter is simply projected consciousness. Pure consciousness pervades everything, being potential with the bursting force of subtle vibration, spanda, quality of Shiva, until there is an emergent manifestation of the energy which is called Shakti. The supreme pontiff of Hinduism, His Divine Holiness Bhagwan Nithyananda Paramashivam. It is important to realize that Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam is the only avatar who has agreed to be scientifically evaluated, both in terms of his own body as well as the changes he brings about in other beings. However, it is astonishing to note that his avataric attributes and powers are exactly as defined by the 5,000 years old Hindu yogic science after extensive observation and study. Now it is being tested and proven by modern science also. So now let us take a look at how these scientific studies present the measuring effects of being in the enlightenment state through the very imaging brain activity of Bhagwan himself, Jagat Guru Mahasanidhanam, His Divine Holiness Bhagwan Nithyananda Paramashivam, who we lovingly address as Swamiji. Swamiji himself has been the subject of scientific studies since 2004, and over the past decade, an enormous amount of data about not only his altered states of neurophysiology, but that of his disciples as well, has continued to be recorded. This impressive array of data will be presented systematically now as the Prathaksha Pramana. In 2004, a team of scientists led by Dr. Murali Krishna MD, President, Integris Mental Health Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, USA, conducted a series of state-of-the-art tests, including a PET scan, to study Swamiji's neurological system. Using the advanced technology of positron emission tomography or PET scan, the activity of Swamiji's brain in the state of samadhi was studied in details. There was a significant enhancement in activity of the lower portion of the mesial frontal area of the cerebral cortex. This region is the starting point of the Anya chakra, or what we call as the third eye, and connects to the limbic system and rest of the cerebral cortex. At the same time, the rest of the cerebral cortex was in the complete state of rest. So now let us take a look at the imaging brain activity. The very results of Swamiji's PET scan test were stunning. The dominant hemisphere of Swamiji's brain was more than 90% shut down. It was as if Swamiji's brain had packed and gone on vacation. It was quiet and still, completely at peace, and Swami had made it at will. The region which is the starting point of the Anya chakra, or the third eye, the lower portion of its mesial frontal area, lighted up in a very significant way. When we later asked Swami, what was he doing when the mesial frontal lobes lighten up? And he said he was opening his third eye. The third eye is considered by many to be the seat of the soul. Were we seeing an indication that deep meditation can open an area of the brain responsible for communicating with the divine, looking deep into the mysteries of self or creation? The PET scan revealed what Dr. Murali calls the brain D spot, standing for delight, the divine, or even dopamine, the chemical through which our bodies experience pleasure. Initial indications are that meditation can stimulate it. Source of this research in details can be studied and found in the Avatar Shastra, Chapter 1, Introduction, page 47. Science now shows and knows that both the electrons, which spin in the energy field located around the nucleus of the atom, and the nucleus itself are made up of nothing more than the oscillating energy grids. Solid matter, in the strict construction of the term, simply does not exist. Source is Project Stargate under Consciousness and Energy. Bhagwan Nithyananda Paramashivam not only demonstrates all attributions and power of an avatar, but has also successfully transmitted many of them to thousands of disciples through the simple process of initiation or entanglement. Swamiji is the bridge between the invisible, ancient world of mysticism and the modern, visible world of science and discovery. Thank you. And Nithyanandam.
Setting up for rotation of coconut. Camera timestamp, Jnana, coconut, or some object which is not slippery, and tape. Let's take a few minutes to set up the camera, download the timestamp, click on the video, ensure the timestamp is seen on the screen. Make sure the camera is facing you and the coconut, and it's in a wide angle. The place is well lit. All these are very special videos. Make sure we don't miss video recording all these Shakti Avishkarana videos. Guidelines. Turn on the video recording. Apply the Jnananjan on a third eye and the object that you're going to move or rotate. Bring your awareness to your third eye. Ask the partner to place the palm comfortably on the table with the fingers should be on the surface and the palm should be nicely fixed, and a tape should be put on the palm so that it does not move. Place the coconut or the object that fits in the hand properly, stable position. Place the coconut facing you, the front portion, and through third eye start manifesting the powers. Do not use your head or hand gesture to move the coconut. Only use your third eye. If the coconut or the object is rotating, then you manifested the power. If just you're feeling the Kundalini energy and small vibration, wonderful, you start manifesting. Make sure you celebrate whatever you manifested more and more authentically. You will start manifesting the power beautifully. Share the video with friends and family with powerful cognition and listen to others' video, how they experience the power manifestation.
Power manifestation instructions. Let's sit straight, the head, neck, and back in a straight line, so that beautifully the Kundalini energy raises to the Agnya where the manifestation happens. Usually our awareness is on Muladhara, Swadhisthana, and Manipuraha, where navel center, your below navel center. Here, bringing the awareness to your third eye and sitting straight will give us amazing possibility of power manifestation. Now let's understand few words that Bhagavan is repeatedly using. Shaktipada, oneness, be unclutched, initiation. So here first we will see in Bhagavan's words what is Shaktipada.
Let me give an introduction about what is Shaktipada process. Please understand. You would have seen or heard about how the chicken sits on the egg and hatches. Of course, in the modern countries, this does not happen. Machine sits on the egg and or egg sits on the machine. In those days, originally when hens and chicken were getting produced on the planet Earth, the hen used to sit on the chicken and hen used to sit on the egg and the chicken will come out of the egg. See, same way, Sadashiva, sitting, means the ultimate cosmic energy sitting on the individual soul and making the individual soul into cosmic energy is Shaktipada. Hence, sitting on the egg and making the chicken happen, same way. You may think, how come, what is going on here? That hen is only sitting just by the body heat of the hen, the egg is becoming chicken. Because no surgery is done and nothing goes inside. It's only sitting. Same way, it is just sitting. It's only the presence. The Shaktipada makes the individual soul into cosmic soul.
Beautifully, Bhagavan explained Shaktipada, how individual soul becomes cosmic soul. And let's listen to initiation.
You see, let me explain the initiation. Initiation is the process beyond your intellectual understanding. The transmission of lamp happens. Now, you understood something intellectually. There is something which is not understood, which can't be transmitted through the words. That is transmitted. That's what we call initiation. Sometimes I tell people that unless you are initiated, the techniques do not create the result. The reason is you do not grasp completely whatever is expressed through words. Initiation is like it just transmits whatever need to be transmitted beyond logic and beyond words. People ask me why to wear this bracelet or this mala and all those things. This all will remind you. Why bracelet in the hand? It will remind you, before eating, did you meditate? It's a constant reminder. Before eating, let you be reminded, did you do the meditation? That is why this bracelet. That is why this mala. That is why this external things. Sometimes these external things does a big job of reminding you constantly. That is why take the help of external things also, nothing wrong. People ask me, why we can just be spiritual without having external things? If you can, really you are welcome. But I don't think anybody who speaks in that way is successful. I've never seen people becoming successful avoiding the external things, just having internal things. And it is just nice way of escaping from yourself.
Beautifully, Bhagavan explained initiation. Let's listen to be unclutched. What is to be unclutched?
The thoughts, every thought is independent, illogical, unconnected,
and unclutched. Because the gap between two thoughts is too small, the neutral space between the two thoughts is too small, you think all the thoughts are connected and it is in the shared form. It is not. By your very nature, every thought is independent, illogical, unconnected, and unclutched. Between every thought, you experience a neutral space. When you change the gear, whether you go from neutral to 1 or 1 to 2 or 2 to 3 or 3 to 4 or 4 to whatever gears you may change, but every time you have to come to the neutral space. Only then you can go to the next gear. Even if you want to go from 2 to 3, you have to come to the neutral space. Only then you can go to 3. Same way, between every thought, you experience a neutral space. You experience a neutral space between every thought. Between every thought. That neutral space, that silence is what I call peace or bliss. The peace which exists, the bliss which exists already in you, between every thought, the gap of the thought, the gap between the thoughts, that neutral space is the peace, is the bliss. When you understand you are unconnected, independent, illogical, and unclutched, by your very nature, you will start experiencing the neutral space in you, neutral space which exists in you. You will start living from moment to moment in spontaneity. We need to understand one more thing. This technique of be unclutched, it does miracles in your being. In the body level, or in the mental level, or in the being level. In every level, when you understand the truth, by your very nature, you are unclutched. The tremendous quantum transformation. You take a quantum jump, the transformation happens in quantum, not step by step. Just one jump. You take a quantum jump and experience the truth awakening in you.
The oneness space is the most beautiful space that Bhagavan himself is explaining how we are ferocious. Beyond the tiredness and boredom, we can experience the space of oneness and be unclutched.
Oneness is not imagination. Oneness is not visualization. Oneness is not even just declaration. It is your existence. An idea which is you is oneness. The idea which has become part of your very space, which does not tire you or bore you by the passage of the time, is oneness. Mahadeva says in the Agama, Sadashiva beautifully explains in the Agama, Kala, Yama cannot tire you or bring boredom to you if something becomes your space. Devi achieved the blissful state and union with Mahadeva on Shivaratri day because our space became oneness. Anything which brings tiredness or boredom has not yet become your space. If living in this body brings you tiredness and boredom, you are not going to be living in this body forever. When that becomes too much, you are going to drop it and move ahead. If you want to be in oneness forever, it should become part of your space, means you should become ferocious with you and break this very tiredness and boredom. Only when you deal you with the ferociousness, you break the tiredness and boredom. With that ferociousness, you need to make oneness as your space. Anything stands as an imagination in the length level, visualization in the breadth level, declaration in the depth level. If you open your time with ferociousness, it just sinks into space level. With this ferociousness, the time layer in you opens, and the oneness from imagination to visualization to declaration, it becomes your space, the way of existence.
The most important, Bhagavan says, being unclutched, understanding the Shaktipada, the oneness space, and chanting the Mahavakya. The Mahavakya, the power of the Mahavakya, pushes you into the higher states of consciousness. Here Bhagavan himself explains how we can experience the Shaktipada, raised higher consciousness, through Mahavakya.
It's one of the very important revelation by Sadashiva. All the electronic equipments work when the electrons are made to vibrate. That happens by the light. When the electricity is supplied, the light particle vibrates, the electronic equipment starts working. Just like that, the spiritual power and the umbilical cord connection, spiritual umbilical cord connection between you and me, it works with sound particle. For example, my integrity with the cosmos, Sadashiva, Mahasadashiva, it reverberates in certain level of frequency. When you are integrated to me, you also start reverberating in the same frequency. If your integrity goes down, that is when you start connecting with me only as a manager or this organization head or your Purvashram father, mother. Your connection with me goes down to the lower level if the integrity gets reduced. I was wondering, what is the way we can bring people to the higher integrity immediately and the feeling connection, so they start manifesting the powers. They start staying in the space of Sadashivatva. Sadashiva revealed a beautiful sound. I can tell you, this is like a password. At any point, if you are not able to bring yourself to oneness, you are a little shaken, disturbed, or for some reason, you are not able to bring yourself to oneness. This is like a password. You type, whether your mind feels connected or not, the energy will start flowing in you beyond the depth dimension. You see, all mind oscillation, restlessness, all mental idea-based feeling connected or not feeling connected is only length, breadth, depth level, not in the space level. But this sound will straight infuse energy from the space level. Like, for example, if the power goes off, automatically the generator will get switched on and the power supply will be going on. So end result will not be lost. Whether government power supply or the generator power supply. End result will not be stopped. So whenever you feel little that oneness is, you are not catching it, just feed this password. Immediately the oneness will open up and you will start manifesting the powers, energy, and the whole space will shift. It is directly from Sadashiva. It's a beautiful sound. I don't even want to say it's a mantra. It is not even a mantra because there is no meaning in it. You can't derive a meaning for it. It just flashed like a password for all the initiations I am giving. One single password for all the initiations I am giving. And the initiations I gave, I am giving, I will be giving for all that. This is like one password. Don't even repeat like a mantra. Just feed like a password and it will just open up. Your whole being will open up. Listen carefully. It starts with the vibration Om. Listen and then repeat. Om. Very deep. Om. Nithyananda. Nithyananda. Maha Sadashivoham.
So Bhagavan gave beautiful explanation of how you can be in Shaktipada. Visualize Paramashiva who has come down as Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam from Kailasha. Remembering Paramashiva in your third eye. Again and again, bringing your awareness to your third eye simply makes you manifest powers. Absolute unclutching. How Bhagavan said, the neutral zone. Nothing ever touches the screen. Like same way, the movie does not touch the screen, whether it is happening in ferocious or any soft, beautiful, nothing touches the screen. Be unclutched like the screen. And to experience the state of Paramashiva, your inner space being completely unclutched. Complete completion to experience the space of Paramashiva. Inside us, the complete completion happens when we are in tune with Paramashiva. That everything is redundant and irrelevant. The essence of completion is irrelevant. Nothing matters in your life because everything is complete completion. Oneness with Paramashiva. How Bhagavan said, in ferocious breaking the boredom and tiredness, just being in the space of oneness with Paramashiva to manifest the powers of Paramashiva. Tyaga as Paramashiva is your only strength, now declaring complete integrity with Bhagavan to experience the being of Paramashiva. How Bhagavan said, chanting the Mahavakya raises your frequency and that is your only strength to manifest any reality. Being in this beautiful space of Paramashiva, you can experience such a beautiful space, state, powers, and becoming the being of Paramashiva, manifesting whatever you want. Now, you will be manifesting the powers, watching the oneness capsule, and chanting the Mahavakya, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. We'll be playing the Mahavakya and the oneness capsule for you to manifest powers. At end of the Mahavakya, you can start with the verification and sharing and causing. Thank you.
Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Om Paramashivam. Nithyananda 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 Paramashivam. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up. Nithyananda Paramashivam. Nithyananda Paramashivam. Nithyananda Paramashivam. Nithyananda Paramashivam. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Paramashivam. Nithyananda 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 Paramashivam. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pool, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. 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 Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Om Nithyananda
Nithyananda Paramashiva.
Verification for rotation of the coconut. Verify no video editing is done on the Shakti Avishkarna videos. No video is stopped or restarted during the process. All the videos have timestamp and wide angle view. The finger should be touching the surface at all times, not lifted. No movement of the hand should go up and down, or please tape the palm so that there is no movement of the palm right side or left side. No motor kept inside the coconut or the object that you're using. Do not touch or adjust during the manifestation. Authentically verify the object or the coconut is rotating very clearly. Record with a testimonial. Manifest on the ground or silicon or Paramashiva Shila, which is Krita Shila, is also fine. Do it very authentically. More and more authentically you start manifesting, more and more power starts manifesting. And thank you very much for manifesting the power of consciousness over matter, rolling the coconut.
Beautiful. We are at the end of the power manifestation, but most important part of the power manifestation. Here, we are going to share all that you have manifested with the social media groups. Here we have Sri Kailasha Kotyar manifesting power groups. Thousands of people are part of that. And you can share there and you can post your powerful cognition and the videos. The link is tinyurl.com/powermanifestation. It is at the left corner of the page. You can click on it and you can post your beautiful experience in the power manifestation group. Why sharing and causing is very important part of power manifestation. Bhagavan beautifully explains that sharing is pulling us out of delusion and causing is liberating us. We are the ones who need to start experiencing the higher states of reality, how we need to exist. Beautifully, Bhagavan explains when you are sharing with others the ultimate beautiful multidimensional logic, your brain rewires into the higher space of consciousness, the Turyatita state. Again and again, when you experience even a little bit, you share with the world, your experience becomes reality. Same thing when you cause others to come and get initiated for higher reality, you are caused into the higher purpose, the ultimate reality. Bhagavan says extreme causing, extreme power manifestation is extreme causing. So beautifully he explains how our strength is declared on Paramashiva. The power manifestation happens exactly in tune to that. And sharing with the world, continuously reiterating ourselves the experience that we had from the powerful cognition and manifesting the space of Paramashiva, the state of Paramashiva, the beings of Paramashiva, we become Paramashiva. Go on sharing and causing, which is the most important part of how you have experienced your reality. When you go to a temple, we pray and we see that beautiful experience happen in us, and then share with the world that how amazing the temple experience has manifested as your reality. Same way, when you manifest powers, when you share with the world, it becomes more and more the depth cognition of you, and you will be experiencing more powers. Even if you're manifested very small, it does not matter the quantity. Bhagavan says the quality is important. If it is authentic, please go ahead and share with the world. Do not doubt, have self-doubt, self-denial, self-hatred come and block anything. Experience the ultimate in deep seeking and gratitude. Bhagavan manifest in you with a deep prayer, that asking Bhagavan to make this reality as your existential reality. With that, let's end with the Purna Mantra. Thanking Bhagavan for all these great experience. We have come to the end of the power manifestation course, and we end with the Purna Mantra. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purna Purnamadashyate Purnasya Purnamataya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat Sarvam Bhagavate Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam Padaka Arpanamastu. Om Nithyanandam. Thank you for participating in the Jnana Paddhati, Nithyananda Jnana Paddhati course. Please go ahead and select more power manifestation and every day experience the ultimate reality for yourself. Nithyananda.
Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham